Let's get started in using our PayPal Payment Buttons plugin for WordPress. This video guide will showcase our plugin for websites hosted directly with WordPress.com, which is WordPress's own cloud hosting service where our plugin is automatically pre-installed and enabled. If you are not, however, using WordPress.com as your hosting and your WordPress website is hosted with any other provider, your first step is that you must install the official PayPal Payment Buttons plugin for WordPress. You can download the plugin directly from the official WordPress repository. I'll be providing the link to this in the description section. Once the plugin is both installed and activated successfully, we can begin using it. My website here is hosted on WordPress.com, so I don't need to manually install or activate any plugin. I can just begin using it, and you can too if your site is also hosted with WordPress.com. We can add these PayPal buttons on either your WordPress pages or your posts, and you must be using WordPress's blocks system. I'm going to show you how to add these buttons from scratch, as well as guide you in how to replace your old buttons if you already have our classic PayPal buttons. Let me show you what I mean. These are example buttons that our Button Factory used to provide you, where you could copy and paste different variations of these, and we would provide you code to paste on your website. The steps to create a brand new payment button using this plugin and the steps to replace any old buttons are the same. So go ahead and edit the page where your old buttons are at, or edit the page where you want to add your buttons for the first time. Here I am in the editing mode of my page or post, and I'll add a new button very close to where I want to replace any of my old buttons, such as right here. As soon as I click, I'll see the WordPress's Add Blocks options here. Go ahead and click on it, and here we can search for the PayPal block. Just start typing PayPal, and you will see PayPal Payment Buttons. Let's click on that. Here you can decide to either add a single button, let's click here, or our new stacked buttons, which have one small additional step. Let's go ahead and navigate to our button builder so you can decide which type of button you want to add for the first time, or which one you want to replace your old button with. Go ahead and click sign up in this link here if you don't have a PayPal account, or log in if you do. This will open up a new tab for you to log in and build your buttons. So we're going to return back to the WordPress tab in a moment. Here we are taken to a Build Your Payment Links and Buttons page. As you can see, we have created this very detailed button builder that will allow you to recreate any old buttons by filling out all of the information here. I'm just quickly doing this for a quick demo here, as well as be able to add new features that we've incorporated into buttons and links. You have a preview of the final outcome over here on the right side, and that's where you have the stacked buttons, or if you click on the single button tab, it looks slightly closer to what you may be used to, although it's still updated. Let me briefly explain the difference and when you will want to use one versus the other. Apart from personal preference, one of the differences between the stacked buttons versus the single button type is that the stacked button will display all of the product information and images that you provided, while the single button just gives you a button, as you can see in the preview. On clicking this single button, your customers will be taken to a fully hosted checkout and show the same information for your product in the images and all of the information that you provide. I'll explain how you can learn about each and every single option in this button builder here in a moment. But for now, let's take a look at what information we are given once I click on Build It at the top right here. Here we are. You first get our latest stacked buttons option, and on the right side of the page, you have two parts. Part 1 gives you some code that you can copy here, and the same for Part 2. You want to make sure on this dropdown to leave this on HTML for the WordPress plugin. Let's go ahead and start with Part 1, click on Copy Code, and now let's go back to the first tab that we were at in our WordPress editor. Here we are, and we have the Stacked Buttons option clicked. Now we can click on the first input here and paste the code. Once we've done that, navigate back to the other tab on the button builder, and we can go and click on Copy Code to Part 2. Once again, let's go back to the first tab and go down and paste Part 2 here. Real quick, if we go back to the tab where our button builder is at, let's say you want the single button, just click on the single button tab and it will give you only one thing to copy. And just make sure that when you go back to your editor over here in WordPress, you also choose the single button tab. I'm going to leave mine as is just for this example, but I wanted to let you know that. And also, do not copy both the code for the stacked button as well as the code for the single button and paste them both here. These are here to provide you two options, but choose which one best fits your use case and then only copy the code into one of these. Now we can save and publish our WordPress post or page. Once it's saved, we can now preview or just navigate and refresh the page that we just updated. Here we are. If this is your first time adding a button, then that's it. You've done it. You can go ahead and continue to add more or just share your page if you're done. But if you're replacing other buttons, as you can see, the old button is still showing right there, right near it. You should be able to now go into your editor and remove the older code, or wait until you have replaced all of the buttons and then remove the code for the legacy buttons. Now, I know I flew past the button creation step for demonstration purposes, but we have created for you very detailed videos on each and every option in creating a new button or link, as well as going through all of the button settings. So please review our other video guides on how to properly create our buttons. Those links will be on the description section as well. We have now successfully installed and configured our PayPal Payment Buttons plugin in WordPress.